And a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back to the gateway to the East Texas, Piney Woods, Huntsville, Texas, for this matchup out of District 17-5A. The start of a two-game set between the visitors from A&M Consolidated High School, the Tigers, taking on your Huntsville Hornets tonight as we welcome you to the Bill Fick Ford Countdown to First Pitch. I'm Carlos Zimmermann, fresh from the DFW Metroplex, ready for this one tonight. Glad to have you with us. As always, alongside of me, my good friend and broadcast partner, Director of Students at University Heights Baptist Church, BJ McMichael. BJ, good to be here with you, my friend. Should be an exciting one tonight for the Hornets. Playoff implications looming on this one tonight. Huntsville needs this one against A&M Consolidated to stay in that conversation.
They really do. I feel like it's been forever. We had a bye week for our Hornets, and so we got to watch some other teams get 2 games under their belt. We've got 4 games left. Some of these others that we're chasing only have 2, so you're right. Got some work to do. I think these boys are up to it. You and I were talking before the broadcast. The offense looked like they showed up a little bit against Fulshear this Saturday, so hopefully that there's a carryover going on today against these Tigers of A&M.
I agree with you. This is an A&M Consolidated team that will enter tonight's contest 5-5. This is their last week of the regular season. They get the bye coming up next week, so they will be hinging on how they perform in this series with Huntsville. They will be obviously watching to see what happens, as that'll determine what their playoff fate is going to be. But for the Hornets tonight, the big thing for them is just focus on what's the task at hand, and that's just take it one game at a time and win your ball games that you need to. Van Brady, Vintage Van, on the hill tonight for the Hornets. Obviously a paramount that he gets off to a hot start this evening.
Yeah, it's the cliche, right? The next day, you just got to take care of what's ahead of you and what's in front of you. And so that's what these Hornets have got to do. They're no stranger to it. They've had to battle to get into playoff contention before in a different district. They're in a much tougher district this season. So nothing that they aren't, that they haven't been here, done that before. It's just time to put everything together. Man, you take 3 out of the next 4, you're setting yourself up pretty good. So it starts here tonight against A&M.
Obviously a Hornet team that had their struggles hitting-wise through the middle part of district play, and then were able to explode on Saturday in non-district play, albeit against the Fulshear team. That's more than likely going to be playoff-bound in their own district, so you got to think that bodes big-time confidence for Huntsville tonight if they want to come away with a big-time victory. What do the Bats need to do to be able to take care of their business tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they just got to get hot, right? You got to have some momentum, carry over, spill over, and that's the part that we've been struggling a little bit. If you look at Lake Creek, the team batting average is a 104. Against Rudder, it bumped up to 308 team batting average, but then we came back down against Brenham, batting 191. Bumped it up just a little bit against College Station at 269. So it's been kind of a roller coaster for our offense, and so they just got to be consistent, put some strengths and bats together, get some of those, one-off base hits and stuff. Those don't help you too much, but if you get a walk, get a base hit, start stringing those together, you can start adding some runs and just get up early, right?
That's absolutely right. Time for your coaches convo. Spoke with Justin Jennings prior to the start of this one tonight, as they will meet at home plate for the plate meeting. And we're closing in on the start of this one. Huntsville versus A&M Consolidated here on the Bill Fick Ford Countdown to First Pitch. Here is your coaches convo with head coach Justin Jennings. Welcome back in the Bill Fick Ford Countdown to First Pitch, getting ready for this district matchup with A&M Consolidated as the district slate winds down. Here's your coach's convo with Justin Jennings. Coach, lay off on district play, but a big win on Saturday over Fulshear just to get the Bats alive once again, winning 10-8. Just some thoughts going in as you return to district play tonight.
I thought we swung it pretty well. We had some guys out, and we just told our guys we're going to treat it like a playoff series, like a game 3 where you got some guys that are burnt pitchers, and you got some guys that may be hurt towards the end of the season, and it's kind of next man up type deal. So they went out and did a pretty good job, swung it pretty well. I think we had 12 or 13 hits, capitalized on their mistakes, and did a good job. Pitching was okay, not great. We threw a lot of balls. I think we ended up walking like 10. But, when you get to game 3 in a playoff series, it very well possibly could be like that. So just pleased with the way they competed and the way they got after it.
Back here at home tonight, you throw it over to Van Brady, as we and BJ call him, Vintage Van. Just some things you'll be looking at him to try and slow down A&M Consolidated tonight.
The top part of their lineup is pretty solid, so we got to do a pretty good job of locating the baseball early on. Mike can get away with some things towards the bottom, but we got to locate the fastball on both sides of the plate, and we got to be able to throw a breaking ball for a strike when we're behind in the count, and then when we're ahead in the count, we got to do a good job, and it's got to be where we want it to be, where we need it to be. So, tall task, but it's every night in this district. You got to bring your A game, and we'll look for him to do that.
Down the stretch of district play, you got 3 more after tonight. How big is going to be the defense in these final 2 series?
Well, this is a type of district that if you play poorly defensively or you don't throw it well, you can get beat any night by anybody. So the defense is going to be huge. We've kind of struggled of late defensively, but we got to do a better job this stretch run here. So, obviously, 4 big games left, but we can't get to those until we take care of tonight. So tonight's a big one for them. This is their last week. They're off next week, so they're at 5-5 right now in the standings. So this is a big week really for everybody involved. So we'll hope to get after it, and we'll hope we can compete our tails off.
And last thing for you, just your keys to the game brought to you by Bill Fick Ford. How do you piece one together to get game 1 of the series taken care of here at home?
Well, we've got to be better offensively than we've been the last couple weeks. We need a repeat of what we had on Saturday. They played with confidence, and they got in there and got after it. So we're going to need them to do that, and then we're just going to have to locate the baseball. We're going to do a good job on the mound, and we anticipate that we will. But it's going to be a tough task for us. So we're just going to have it's going to take our A game. It's going to take some things going our way for sure.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Yep, thank you.
Number 11.
That's your coach's convo with head coach Justin Jennings. I'm going to turn you over to public address announcer Tony Kulak as he introduces tonight's starting lineups for this evening's contest. And then we're going to get this one underway. It's Huntsville versus A&M Consolidated. Winding down district play. Playoffs on the horizon. Who is going to find their way to the postseason? It all starts here tonight in Huntsville, the gateway to the East Texas Piney Woods.
Batting third out in right field, number 6, Cannon Kieschnick. Batting fourth behind the plate tonight for the Tigers, number 8, Jack Carter. Batting fifth and the designated hitter, number 22, Austin DeFrill. Batting sixth at second base, number 10, Luke Targat. Batting seventh out in left field, number 9, Colton Jose. Batting eighth at third base, number 1, Jordan Fowler. Batting ninth at shortstop, number 3, Gabe Boyd. And on the mound tonight for the Tigers, number 17, Michael Posey. The head coach for the Tigers, Ryan Winterton, and assistant coaches William Burton, Aaron Edwards, and Bart Harris. And now, introducing your Huntsville Hornets. Starting with the reserves, number 1, Austin Taylor. Number 2, Christian Wimberly. Number 7, Will Barrett. Number 10, Titan Evans. Number 12, Hunter Moore. Number 15, Mason Smith. Number 17, Colton Gilbert. Number 18, Evan Bell. Number 20, Colton Harding. And number 21, Colton Humphrey. And the starting lineup for your Huntsville Hornets. Batting first, leading off behind the plate tonight for the Hornets, number 3, Noah Nieto. Batting second out in right field, number 8, Carson Wood. Batting third at third base, number 11, Cody Hager. Batting fourth at second base, number 6, Josh Stanley. Batting fifth at shortstop, number 49, Jackson Slater. Batting sixth at first base, number 28, Brian Parker Jr. Batting seventh and on the mound tonight for the Hornets, number 4, Van Brady. Batting 8th out in left field, number 9, Quentin Shannon. And batting 9th out in center field, number 5, Johnny Waddell. The head coach for your Huntsville Hornets is Justin Jennings. Assistant coaches, Justin Stanaland, Jonathan Gorey, Blake Gunker, and Logan Smith. At this time, would everyone please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Find us on social media on both Facebook and X at KSAM-1017. Also be sure to subscribe to the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel so you don't miss out on anything going on with your hometown radio station. This broadcast is copyrighted by KSAM Sports for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any other transitions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of 101.7 KSAM and Huntsville High School Athletics is strictly prohibited. The following is a presentation of KSAM Sports.
On a gorgeous Tuesday night in the gateway to the East Texas Piney Woods, welcome to this presentation of Huntsville Hornet Baseball on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, presented by Wiesner of Huntsville. Tonight's contest at a District 17 5A, your Huntsville Hornets taking on the visitors from College Station A&M Consolidated, the Tigers. As we welcome you inside the Wiesner Huntsville broadcast booth, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. With me is my man BJ McMichael. Glad to have you with us tonight. Wherever you may be, should be a good one tonight. Van Brady going through some of his final warm-up pitches as he gets the nod on the hill for the Hornets tonight. He will be the X factor tonight for the success of Huntsville tonight, BJ.
You are 100% right on that one, Carlos. He is our guy. He is Van the man. When we need a stopper, when we need to stop, he's the guy we look to. And coming off a multiple game losses in district play, finally getting it back into the win column. Non-district game, but against Fulshire, but your offense shows up. You got Van coming out here, try to see if he can't shut this team down, get his team early momentum, and see if his offense can't get him some runs.
So Van Brady will deal with this A&M Consolidated lineup, starting off with the center fielder Kai Hood. As it is 7 o'clock on the dot in Huntsville, Texas. Glad to have you with us tonight. First pitch of the ball game is a fastball outside for ball number 1. That is how we get underway tonight in this district contest between Consolidated and Huntsville. Brady's 1-0. Fouled back by Hood. Count evens up.
Yeah, you got to watch out for these guys, especially top 4: Hood, Young, Kiesnick, and Carter. These guys are top of the lineup for a reason. So Van's got to be careful with them. Get it early outs would be big.
1-1. Inner half called. Strike 2 on the Heat.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. We may have a delayed called strike there. I think I heard him. I heard him before I saw the motion.
Right.
I think that's what you were going with.
1-2 the count, and the pitch from Brady. That's in the opposite box, and the count back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here on Kai Hood, the leadoff hitter for this A&M Consolidated squad. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Hood.
Oh, missed the throw down, but that's okay. We'll take the swing and the miss strike out there. They need to get Chandonnet some extra work out there left field, because don't adjust your TV sets or computer or whatever you're watching. That is Chandonnet out in left field, usually seeing him behind the plate, but he's out in left field today. Coach has got an interesting lineup, doesn't he, Carlos?
We'll roll through that in the bottom of the first. Defensive alignment for the Hornets will go like this in a moment. Swing and a miss, Joseph Young at the plate for A&M Consolidated. Left to right in the outfield, Quentin Chandonnet, Johnny Waddell, and in right, Carson Woods. Around the horn on the infield, Cody Hager is at third. Jackson Slater at short, Josh Stanley at second. Brian Parker Jr. is at first. The battery mate for Van Brady is Noah Nieto. The count 1-1 now here on Joseph Young, the first baseman for Consolidated. One away, and the 1-1 pitch from Brady. A fastball fouled back, and he's working ahead 1-2.
Yeah, he's doing some good work out there early, keeping him off balance and then keeping him from being able to just square up on it. So getting ahead in the count is always good for Van, because he's got some nasty stuff.
Breaking stuff goes, and it's a swing and a miss by Young. Back-to-back Ks for Van Brady via the swing and miss variety, and there's 2 out.
Yeah, he just pumped that fastball in there, blew it past him, didn't even give him a chance. So got to watch out for Kieschnick here. Kieschnick is a guy that you're going to have to be careful of. Senior outfielder, stand out. He recorded a 91-mile-an-hour outfield velocity in a recent showcase that he was in. This kid can absolutely play.
You could say he has a cannon.
A
for an arm.
A rifle cannon for an arm.
Count even now, 1-1 on Kanan Kieschnick, right fielder for the Tigers. Van Brady trying to make quick work of the visitors from College Station. And the 1-1. That one's a little looper into left center field over the head of Slater, and it's in for a bloop single.
Yeah, a little bloop single there, especially after getting 2 outs. Kieschnick doesn't hurt you, hopefully, too bad there, especially if you can get Carter on this one. Only dangerous thing with Carter is getting him to move around. Jack Carter, another consistent offensive contributor. Carter drove in 2 runs in the 7-2 victory over College Station that they had. So he has a knack for coming up in crucial moments for A&M. So with the runner on first, you got to be careful.
He's first pitch swinging against Brady. The Tigers backstop, and it's 0-1 to count early in this AB for the guys rocking the all-black jerseys tonight. Numbers outlined in white with a slight maroon filling. Hornets in the green tops with Hornets across the chest, and the black numbers outlined in white. And Brady working ahead, 0-2.
Yeah, ahead of the count again, so let's see what he can do coming back on this one.
Brady trying to get around the 2-out single. From the stretch, the 0-2. Called strike 3, count him on the outer half, and Brady strikes out the side. Gets around the 2-out single, and through half an inning here in Huntsville, it's the Tigers 0 and the Hornets 0. Hornets coming to bat. When we return, Noah Nieto, Carson Woods, and Cody Hager will lead it off after this on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
With the new year comes great things, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, that means lower prices. Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Chevy in Huntsville, and we're starting the year out by giving our best deals around. Come in and get a 2025 Chevy Colorado starting at only $29,995, or a 2025 Chevy Malibu starting at only $25,995, and get 1.9% APR. Need a full-size truck? Take up to $8,000 off a 2025 half-ton crew cab. Ask dealer for details right here at Wiesner in Huntsville. Take advantage of the great inventory here at Wiesner Chevrolet, or visit us online at wiesnerhuntsville.com.
Hello, this is John Burleson, president of Buckhorn Roofing. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing. We do roof inspections and roof replacements. We offer a 30-year architectural shingles that comes with a manufacturer warranty and workmanship warranties. On our commercial side, we offer roofing for businesses, offices, schools, and hospitals. Roofs consist of TPO, PVC, and silicone coating. We also can offer up to 20-year, no-dollar limit warranties on all commercial roofing. Please give us a call at 936-852-2044 or visit us at buckhornroofing.com.
Played half an inning here in Huntsville, Texas. No score between A&M Consolidated and the Huntsville Hornets. Alongside BJ McMichael, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. Glad to have you with us tonight. Van Brady strikes out the side in the top half of the inning to set up the Hornet offense here in just a few moments, BJ.
Yeah, you got to like to see that from Van coming out and just filling up the strike zone, getting the first two batters, giving up a bloop single, and then coming back and getting the 4-hole hitter. He was a great job. You got to be careful with this guy, though. Posey. He was district newcomer of the year last year. He's a sophomore. He put up a 4-1 record, 43 strikeouts, 1.32 ERA last year. That's a heck of a season for a freshman.
Absolutely.
Being a sophomore this year. So they're looking to hold serve against this Hornet team.
He's going through some of his final warm-up pitches here. Posey going to try and do some damage here. He'll have a defense behind him that looks like this. Colton Jose is in left. In center it will be Kai Hood. In right is Cannon Kieschnick around the horn. On the infield, Jordan Fowler is at third. At short is Gage Boyd. At second will be Luke Hargett. At first, Joseph Young, and his battery mate tonight for Michael Posey is Jack Carter. Hornets are going to look at an interesting lineup here. We talked about it in the open. Noah Nieto's going to lead things off here for Huntsville. Spent most of the district slate in the cleanup spot. Carson Woods follows him. Cody Hager bats third. Josh Stanley moves from top of the order to the cleanup spot. Jackson Slater will bat fifth. Brian Parker Jr. sixth. Van Brady seventh. Quinton Chandonnet, he'll bat eighth. And Johnny Waddell will bat ninth.
Yeah, Noah's improved his batting average up to 272. Is one of the team leaders in that. Of course, the team lead batting average. This is just in the district games that we've played so far.
Posey's first pitch of the ball game fouled back to the netting by Nieto. That's how the at-bat starts. Good to see Noah back into the order. Had to leave the game against College Station early to an undisclosed injury. He takes the 0-1 into the dirt.
I think I was talking to his mom before afterwards, and he said he'd gotten hit in the neck again.
Yeah.
Which caused him to kind of, imagine you get hit one way like that. That does something to you. And so, again, tough kid, catcher behind the plate.
Behind Posey here, 1-2, nobody out. Posey back to the turf, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, yeah, that's a tough young gun right there, Noah Nieto at the plate. He doesn't let much phase him, only a junior. He's coming back next year for his senior season. The 2-2 downstairs, and the count now full. This guy's going to be dramatic tonight, so you're going to have to hold your breath just like me and BJ are.
We are. We're listening. Oh, got him.
That's a called strike 3. Michael Posey catches Noah Nieto staring at that one, and there's one away.
Yeah, Noah's sitting there telling the coaches he thinks that was inside. Tough one, especially for the last one before that was called a ball. So letting that one go and got the inside corner there did Posey.
So 1 down in the bottom of the first. Carson Woods takes strike 1. Right fielder for the green and white.
Yeah, Carson, these district games, he's a hit and RBI leader for the last 8 district games for the Hornets. So looking to make something happen here in this spot.
Posey trying to work quick here. Umpire tells him slow down a little bit. And now winds the 0-2. It's high for ball 1.
Yeah, I imagine he's just ready to get out there as soon as he gets the ball back. He's rocking and firing.
Woods gives this a ride into left field. Chasing back is Jose at the fence. He makes the catch.
Just got in under that one, did Carson. It sounded really good off the bat. Having to make a move out there, the left fielder, Jose. And, man, I'd love to see that one go out.
If that ball's just a little, if it's hit a little inch more level with the bat, I think that ball leaves the yard.
I think you're right, Carlos, because he really put a good swing on that one. Gave it a good ride all the way to the Hornet track.
I don't think Posey's going to throw him that one again, as here's Cody Hager with 2 out. And a first pitch strike.
Yeah, if could, woulda, man, that would have been a great way to start this bottom of the first after Van dealing the way he did top of the first.
Hager taps this one foul down the third base line. Behind the count, 0-2. It's almost carbon copies of these innings, it looks like, as it may be the kind of pitcher's duel that we kind of half expected going into this one tonight. If Brady was on it and Josie was on it, or rather Posey, as Hager pokes that one down the third base line, again foul.
Yeah, just swinging early on those, getting them down the line, just out the foul, just foul on the third base line. But I like the approach, the attack approach that the Hornets have here on Posey.
Infield and outfield straight up here on a 0-2 count on the 3-hole hitter Cody Hager. Posey deals. It's outside.
Yeah, had a pitch to burn there. He's got a couple of pitches to burn there. It's a good job by Hager just picking that up out of the hand and not offering at it.
Hager's 1-2. He takes a hack and comes up empty, and that will retire the side. Here in the bottom of the first, pair of punch-outs for Michael Posey. Brings us to the second. We are still scoreless in Huntsville on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Brady back to the hill. More on him when we return.
Country music is different than other music genres. Our artists sing about family, friendship, the ups and downs of this old world, and living this life. Country music tells the story of us. 101.7 KSAM is your hometown radio station, playing today's best country and all your favorites. And you can have this hometown connection right there on your smartphone with the all-new KSAM mobile app. It's in your iPhone and Android app store right now. And we also have direct links on our website, KSAM1017.com.
Through one inning of play here in Huntsville, Texas on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Wherever you may be tonight, glad to have you with us. I'm Carlos Zimmermann alongside BJ McMichael. I want to remind you this broadcast of Huntsville Hornet Baseball is brought to you by Bill Fick Ford, no bull, just good deals, and by Buckhorn Roofing, expert roofing solutions in Huntsville, Texas, protecting your home one shingle at a time. Van Brady back to the hill here for the Huntsville Hornets. He'll deal with the 5, 6, and 7 of A&M Consolidated. Austin DePrill, the DH, gets things going. Brady starts him off with a swinging strike.
Great placement out there on the outside part of the plate there. DePrill did not have a chance at that one.
Brady deals. That one down the first base line. That ball is going to be foul.
Oh, that one came back fair.
That thing had some wicked spin on it.
He caught it on top of the bag.
And Justin Jennings is going to come out and argue because, I mean, you could probably have seen that clear as day on our camera that ball was on the left side of the first base line and should have been a fair ball out.
Yeah, Parker made a great job. He let the ball travel to him, let it travel to his glove up over the bag and just tagged the bag, and somebody just missed it out there.
That draws the ire of the Hornet faithful here. That was definitely a fair ball. Not every time you see that, and all Van can do is just nod his head and let's move on.
Yeah, that had some English on it, man. That started about 2 feet out of the first baseline and spun its way back in.
Will it matter? No, it will not.
There we go. As they say, the ball don't lie, right?
How about 4 punch-outs in the books for Van Brady?
I will take it. Take it for Van on this one.
Second baseman number 10, Luke Hardy.
Now, I think you got to watch out with this guy. I think this guy's just a freshman making big moves for his team.
Van deals a breaking ball for strike one. Yeah, this is Luke Hargett at the plate. Second baseman for A&M Consol. As Brady deals the 0-1. Chopped foul. And Brady working ahead, 0-2.
Man, he had him guessing on that one. Looked like he was expecting an inside pitch, and he just kind of waved at it.
Brady comes setting the 0-2 to Hargett. Swing and a miss. Fooled them on a pitch out, basically. And there's 2 away.
Man, that was not good guessing on his part for that freshman.
Number 9, Colton Joseph.
I like it for Van, though. Man, I think that's just going to fill his tank even more.
Brady deals strike one to Colton Jose of A&M Consolidated.
I think Van is locked in his first 2 innings. Man.
And he deals ball 1 low, so that takes away the immaculate inning. He was 7 pitches and 7 strikes. But he'll look to battle here against the left fielder of the Tigers. That one caught the outer half. Nope. No, ball 2. Brady trying to strike out the side once again here against A&M Consolidated, but he falls behind 3-1.
Yeah, falling off that side of the mound just a little bit, pulling it over. Noah's set up on the outside there, just not quite able to find the outside part of that plate.
3-1 delivery. Little blooper, shallow right center. Enough room for Waddell. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. Go A&M Consolidated. 5 strikeouts in the books for Van Brady through 1.5. We are scoreless. Hornets will bring the 4, 5, and 6 to the dish after these messages on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
I'm Kobe Lovell, 2020 World Champion hitter, 7-time NFR qualifier.
I'm Ricky Canton, 15-time NFR qualifier, and currently hold the world's record in the calf rovement.
I'm Cody Johnson. I'm a platinum recording country music artist, cowboy team roper.
And I'm No Bull Bill, and I sell trucks. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Well, at least I sell them to the cool people.
Find us on social media on both Facebook and X at KSAM-1017. Also be sure to subscribe to the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel so you don't miss out on anything going on with your hometown radio station.
Hornet fans, we want to remind you this season of Huntsville Hornet Baseball is presented by Wiesner of Huntsville, home of the bottom line. And this broadcast is also brought to you in part by Huntsville Independent School District. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day. Van Brady's locked in on the defensive side. 5 strikeouts through 2 innings for the Hardin Simmons commit. Now we'll see if the offense can respond. Josh Stanley will lead things off as we go to the last of the second.
Yeah, that's exactly, if you're drawing it up for Van Brady, that's exactly how you wanted the first 2 innings to go.
Stanley first pitch swinging towards the shortstop Boyd, across the diamond, 1 away.
Stanley going up there, swinging away at that first pitch, hitting it right to the shortstop. Shortstop had plenty of time to take his time, even with a speedy Stanley running down there.
Jackson Slater.
I'll turn it over to Jackson Slater. You're working against the starter tonight for Consolidated, Michael Posey, and Slater's first pitch swinging. That again to the shortstop Boyd. 2 out.
All right, I think that guy can field it. May not want to hit it his direction anymore. He's able to pick it up and throw it over there.
Well, 2 pitches into the inning, and there's 2 away. The Hornets trying to be aggressive here on Posey. But here's BP, a lefty for the Hornets, so I doubt this goes the shortstop's direction. I also think Brian is taking on this first one, which he is indeed, for ball 1. I don't know what Jennings would have done there if he had took a hack at that one.
Yeah, he didn't want 3 pitch innings, a possible 3 outs and only 3 pitches. And especially with this guy.
And the patience working off here for BP as he's ahead 2-0. Parker Jr. going to be playing football for Texas A&M Kingsville, a future Javelina.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Posey's 2-0. Low for ball 3.
Yeah, it looks like Carter had a question about that one.
Yeah, we may be a topic of conversation throughout this broadcast tonight. Red light on 3-0, and it's called strike 1.
Yeah, I went back to that inside pitch. I kind of figure BP was taking on that one, and so did Posey.
That barrel has not left the shoulder yet of Parker Jr. 3-1 from Posey. That leaves there. Grounded to the second baseman, Hargett. And that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Hornets in their half of the second. 3 straight groundouts, 2 to the shortstop, 1 to second base. Will take us to the third. Huntsville trying to keep A&M Consolidated off the board when we come back.
Chris Batten Agency, Mocha Mocha Turnings, Wharton Insurance, Peyton Irwin.
Huntsville wakes up to the all-new KSAM Wake Up Morning Show with Brian and Tracy. Get a positive start on your workday with local news, weather and sports, and some inspiration and laughs to warm you like a hot cup of coffee. And now you can join the daily conversation with Brian and Tracy by calling or texting the KSAM listener line at 936-295-4102. Come on, neighbor. The all-new KSAM Wake Up Morning Show with Brian and Tracy on 101.7 KSAM.
Played 2 here in Huntsville, and no score between A&M Consolidated and the Hornets. Alongside BJ McMichael, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. If you're tuning in on our KSAM YouTube broadcast, please let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you. Our good buddy and colleague Houston Hardcastle watching this one tonight. Houston will be calling his final game for us on Thursday night, A&M Consolidated versus Huntsville Lady Hornets softball. Houston's got a great opportunity in the state of Indiana coming up with his fraternity that he was at with Sam Houston. So we wish him all the best as he calls his final game for us on Thursday night.
Yeah, so many great guys and your ladies coming through KSAM, working behind the scenes or even behind the mic or behind the soundboard, behind the computer, and getting to have them here for a brief period of time and sending them out. It's been a lot of fun getting to know these. These are called Huntsville home for a little bit. So yeah, wish them the best of luck and just thankful for what they've given back.
8-9-1 to the plate here for A&M Consolidated. Jordan Fowler getting things started with a swinging strike against Van Brady, who's got 5 punch-outs on the night. Just a 1-hit surrendered.
Ooh, nice
diving
snag.
stop. Slater throw to first. Not in time.
Man, what a grab by Jackson. Oh, man, that kid made a great play. That ball was screaming up the middle. Jackson makes a great dive towards the second base bag, gets up throwing.
There was that slight hesitation there for a second. Not sure where it was going, but either way, he still rallied to make a nice play. But instead, an infield hit for Jordan Fowler, second on the night for A&M Consolidated, and now the 9-hole hitter Gage Boyd. He squares around, pulls it back on a pitch down and away.
Yeah, you could see just to his dismay out there, Jackson, and of course to the Hornet faithful here. You just want to see a kid be rewarded on a play like that.
1-0 here on Gage Boyd. He gets the bunt down. Nieto charges it. He's got no play.
That's a tough one. That was in no man's land there. You had everybody charging at it, and it just went in between all 3 of them. It can be a tough one for a catcher to come up throwing and get it that far down the line. Got to rally here and try to keep these runners from getting around at third and scoring.
We got top of the order now for Consolidated. Kai Hood coming to the plate, one of the leaders of this squad, and he's going to come on in a big spot. First traffic that Brady's really had to deal with on the night. On 2 balls that never left the infield.
Yeah, no big deal. Just a senior who was a first-team All-District last year with
no
a
big deal.
301 batting average.
No big deal.
Man.
Brady from the stretch, 2 on, nobody out.
Oh, gonna
Hood
bunt.
lays down another bunt. Nieto plays
nice
it.
play.
Throw to third to get the lead runner.
That was a big-time play. I don't think anybody in here was expecting Hood maybe to lay down a bunt, but he did. Noah, a play difficult to make beforehand over to first, makes a great play coming out of his crouch, firing it over to Hager, getting a big, big, big out at third.
Talked about it with Justin Jennings in the open. Defense was going to be paramount down the stretch, and Noah Nieto makes a beautiful play. Hager was near the third base bag, ready for it, it seems like. So it'll be 2 on remaining, but 1 out now for Joseph Young.
Yeah, and go back to that. I mean, that's just a great read off the bat there, Carlos. You said it. He backed up, and so he saw that Noah was going to get to it, and he was able to get back to third base to make that even an option. So heads-up play by the Hornets here early in this ball game.
That takes Jordan Fowler off the base paths. Boyd moves to second. Hood at first. Brady deals. Breaking stuff.
Oh.
Missed inside. It's 1-1.
I don't know if I think if he's going to call it.
I got high.
Waiting.
2 on, 1 out, and the 1-1. Young pops it up, but it's out of play.
Yeah, that's a big 2-strike there to get here on Young.
Young's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out against Brady.
How about a copy-paste right here? Get another strikeout.
I'm a Windows guy, so Control-V.
Control-V, that's right.
Control-C, then Control-V.
There we go. Let's get it.
Young behind 1-2, 1 away. Top of the third. We're still scoreless. Brady trying to keep it that way. Pitch on the way. Down the third baseline foul.
Yeah, I got lucky on that one. He got it turned around on it just a little too early. Good thing is Hager is hanging pretty close to third, so if that had flirted with the third baseline, Hager probably had a good chance of getting to it. But, man, he came around on that early. I'm glad it went foul.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Joseph Young. 1 away in the Tiger half of the third. Brady from the stretch. Breaking ball to Stanley at second. Flip to short for 1. On to first for 2! Signed, sealed, delivered.
I was just about to say we need a double play to Stanley. Oh, if I only said it a couple seconds earlier, I could have. That was a great play. Great heads-up play by these guys.
The damage avoided. Tigers get 2 on, but not able to get anybody home. We remain scoreless. Will that juice the bats? Find out bottom of the third. Coming your way next.
With the new year comes great things, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, that means lower prices. Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Chevy in Huntsville, and we're starting the year out by giving our best deals around. Come in and get a 2025 Chevy Colorado starting at only $29,995, or a 2025 Chevy Malibu starting at only $25,995, and get 1.9% APR. Need a full-size truck? Take up to $8,000 off a 2025 half-ton crew cab. Ask dealer for details right here at Wiesner in Huntsville. Take advantage of the great inventory here at Wiesner Chevrolet, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
We're through 2.5 here in Huntsville, Texas on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Hornets in trouble in the top of the third. Consolidated got 2 on with nobody out. A nice play by Noah Nieto on the bunt by Kai Hood that got the lead runner, and then Joseph Young grounds into a 4-6-3 double play to clear the frame and end the inning.
Yeah, you kind of had the feeling you dodged a bullet right there, but not by a fluke play. You had a heads-up play by Nieto coming out of his crouch at catcher and getting that big runner at third, and then having a shot up the middle. Stanley there fielded it on the first base side, able to carry himself over, touch that second base, or get it to second base and get it over to first. So, man, a really great play by this Hornet defense. You got to have a feeling that you love to follow up a defensive play with some offense right here.
Bottom of the order to the plate, and here's Van Brady to lead things off against Michael Posey. Posey starts him off with a swinging strike.
Yeah, see if Van can help himself out a little bit in this game and find a way to get on.
That one's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Van, I tell you, he's been struggling at the plate a little bit this year, but
he's working ahead here, 2-1 against Michael Posey. That one a little nubber on the ground to the second baseman, Hargett, and there's 1 out.
That ball's been coming off the bats a little weird on some of these hits. You got some spin, you got some just kind of soft hits and just kind of carrying it out there.
That's 4 straight ground outs for the Hornets. They've been struck out twice, and the only one that's left the outfield was one that died at the warning track for Carson Woods in the first. The Hornets have got to find a way to piece the ball into the outfield. As here's Quentin Chandonnet, the left fielder tonight for the Hornets. That's right, don't adjust your ears, the left fielder. First time, at least when we've been broadcasting, we've seen Q out and left. And
maybe
falling behind 0-2.
Coach saw something in practice this, they had a week off and then of course had a game Saturday. Maybe he saw something in Q's approach at the plate and just batting practice that maybe earned him a spot start here tonight.
Ball one delivered here by Michael Posey. Yet to surrender a hit to the Hornets tonight.
Yeah, we don't need another one of those that we had here the last time we were here, getting a no-hit thrown against us. So for a district game, so we need to avoid that.
Called strike three. Chandonnet caught looking, second out.
Yeah, you got kind of a feeling of a playoff atmosphere out here today. You got A&M Consolidated fans that have traveled. And you got a pretty good crowd here for the Hornets. You got to have a feeling that these guys know that we need to get this one tonight.
Take a look at the district standings in the top of the fourth inning. 9-hole hitter Johnny Waddell takes ball one outside for Michael Posey. Waddell, center fielder tonight for the Hornets, has played a stout center field for Huntsville. Primarily used the last couple of years as just a pinch runner, and he's got the first hit of the night for the Huntsville Hornets. The 9-hole hitter Johnny Waddell gets the first hit for Huntsville inside this ballpark in 2.5 weeks.
Man, I'm so happy for that kid. I'll tell you what, I don't know if there's a kid that works harder at getting out there and practice and getting ready for a game than Johnny Waddell. By his standards, I'll tell you it's been a rough season for him, but for him to get out there and get a hit like that, I love when good things happen for good kids like Johnny.
He's got such a great family behind him, too. Tom Waddell, one of the teachers at the high school we work closely with, and his son gets the first hit of the night for Huntsville after Posey went 8 up, 8 down.
Yeah, love Tom Waddell. Worked in the Huntsville, and then served as a volunteer, and then came on staff at Huntsville High School. Great man, great family. You are absolutely correct, Carlos.
Top of the order for the Hornets, Noah Nieto is at the dish. Johnny Waddell, the runner at first. He represents the go-ahead run. Nieto struck out looking against Posey his last time up as Waddell gets back in plenty of time.
Yeah, I think they know that he's looking to steal.
Well, the thing is, you're back on turf here if you're Huntsville. Last time we had a broadcast, it was on last Friday, or 2 Fridays ago, in College Station. It was on dirt, and it rained. As Waddell just gets back in time. Yeah, he's itching and burning for a steal.
Yeah, he is.
He's got just such elite speed when he's on base. Posey deals. Swing and a miss by Nieto, 0-2.
Yeah, Posey took something off of that one, and Nieto couldn't find it and just swung right through that pitch.
Expecting fastball, but like you said, broke something off. 0-2 the count, 2 out. One into the dirt. And 1-2 now.
Yeah, you got 2 strikes here. 2 outs. If Noah takes a swing at it, then Johnny's just got to be going.
Anything in the gap might score Waddell. He goes, pitches a ball, throw down.
No, he's in there.
Not in time. Stolen base, Johnny Waddell.
Yeah, and that's a big play there. You get in a scoring position with 2 outs. And so this is something that you want to take advantage of. You got a speedy runner at second. Any shot to the outfield, you're scoring 1, especially with 2 outs and on the move.
2-2 pitch, Posey. It's outside for ball 3.
That was a close one. Yeah, Noah's just looking to send it, man. I'd love to see him deposit this in the right center field here. You got the runner being held on by the second baseman. You got a wide open hole on the right-hand side of the infield, poking it through there, and you're scoring 1.
Payoff. Swing and a miss. Hornets strand 1 at second base, but they get off the hitch schneid on Johnny Waddell's 2-out single. We go to the 4th. Van Brady back to the hill, and we remain scoreless.
I'm Kobe Lovell, 2020 World Champion hitter, 7-time NFR qualifier.
I'm Ricky Canton, 15-time NFR qualifier, and currently hold the world's record in the cap rovement.
I'm Cody Johnson. I'm a platinum recording country music artist, cowboy team roper.
And I'm No Bull Bill, and I sell trucks. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Well, at least I sell them to the cool people.
Welcome back to the Huntsville Baseball Softball Complex here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. I'm Carlos Zimmermann. With me is BJ McMichael. As you see, we're scoreless. Want to remind you tonight's broadcast of Huntsville Hornets baseball on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network is copyrighted for the private use of our audience, and the other use of this broadcast or any other transmission or accounts of the game without the express written consent of 101.7 KSAM and Huntsville High School Athletics is strictly prohibited. Well, Van Brady back to the hill here for the Hornets. Avoided a scare in the top of the third. Consolidated was able to get 2 on and nobody out, but the defense of Huntsville played paramount in that inning to keep this one at a scoreless affair.
Yeah, and that's what you heard Coach talk about at the beginning with the coach's notes that you had with them. Playing solid defense is going to be key, and so I think right now the Hornets are up for the challenge there, especially after a bunt that didn't exactly go their way, and then a heads-up play bunt, and then a double play that was drawn up perfectly for the Hornet defense. So, yeah, you're right. They need the plays when they needed to make them, and they made them.
Here's Kanan Kieschnick for A&M Consolidated, and Brady starts him off with a swinging strike.
Yeah, Brady keeps hitting that outside part of the strike zone. They're going to be tough to get to that one when he has it moving out there.
1 to Kieschnick, runs down in the way, and it's 1-1. BJ, can you believe it? We're in the fourth. We've only played 35 minutes of ball.
Yeah, we've been here when we're only in the middle of the second before.
It took me longer to set all this up so far. There's strike 2 to Kieschnick, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Brady has. It's kind of a sweeper at times. He's got this pitch that moves. I mean, he can move the ball with some movement. There's at times where it just seems like a sweeper starting from the inside going to the outside.
Goes back to the fastball, kicks away from Nieto. Nobody on, so it doesn't hurt anything. But it's 2-2 now on Kanan Kieschnick. He is 1 for 1. He's got 1 of the 3 hits for A&M Consolidated tonight. That was a 2-out single in the first. Brady trying to set him down, which he does.
Yeah, good job there by Van Brady, especially after coming out and kind of having some, A&M threatening last inning to come out and get that first big strike.
And there's now 6 punch-outs in the books for Van Brady. Brings it to the catcher, Jack Carter. And the first offering from Van, a breaking ball that found the inner half. No, he called it a ball. And it's 1-0. Taking a look at the District 17 5A standings. Lake Creek at the top, rather comfortably at 7-1. They're feeling poised for a district title. As Brady deals ball 2. But it's kind of a log jam from there. 2 to 6 is only separated by 2 games. Brenham at 6-4, Montgomery 5-3, A&M Consolidated 5-5, College Station's 4-4, and Huntsville is 3-5 as this one's laced down the right field line. Carson Woods on the run, makes the catch, 2 out.
Good job tracking that one down by Carson Woods. Had to come a long way and travel some distance, but able to get a big second out there for Brady.
So, yeah, you look at it. It's Lake Creek at the top, Rudder at the bottom, and then just you can mix and match 2 through 6.
Yeah, a win tonight would certainly help help quite a bit, and then you're not depending so much on some of the others doing some damage. Take care of business tonight. You kind of control your own destiny getting into the playoffs.
Obviously, if you're Huntsville, you would love nothing more than to sweep A&M Consolidated this week. And then at least split with Montgomery next week, and you are postseason bound once again.
Yeah, because you're probably not going to catch. I mean, it a long jam there, but Brenham only has Rudder. While they've been an improved team, they only have Rudder left to play, so there's a good chance they're probably going to win those 2. Montgomery's facing Lake Creek and also us. We get them at the end of the season, and then, of course, these last 2 games that the Tigers have are against us. Cougars still have to play Rudder and Lake Creek, so that's going to be a tough one. You got the best team in the district and the worst, the team that's at last in the district for the College Station. So a win tonight, and you're not depending so much on some of the other teams.
2-1 the count here on the 5-hole hitter Austin DePrill, DHing tonight for the Tigers. Brady trying to work another 1-2-3. That one fouled away. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Van putting in some good pitches here, good at bats, pitching together here for the Hornets.
Looking for another punch out. He got it.
Man.
Went back to the breaking stuff. And the 7th strikeout in the books for Van Brady. Takes us to the bottom of the 4th, and the heart of the order coming to the plate for your Huntsville Hornets on the other side of this commercial break. Here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, live from Huntsville, Texas.
Country music is different than other music genres. Our artists sing about family, friendship, the ups and downs of this old world, and living this life. Country music tells the story of us. 101.7 KSAM is your hometown radio station, playing today's best country and all your favorites. And you can have this hometown connection right there on your smartphone with the all-new KSAM mobile app. It's in your iPhone and Android app store right now. And we also have direct links on our website, KSAM1017.com.
Welcome me back, ladies and gentlemen. We've played 3.5 here in Huntsville, Texas. Michael Posey back to the hill for A&M Consolidated here in this bottom of the 4th. Van Brady punches out a couple more of Tigers in the top of the 4th. Will it translate to the offense? We're going to find out.
Yeah, I'd like to see just a moment. This would be a big time to do it right here. You got your 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. Tell you what, I'm glad to see a 0 off that board, and that's in the hit column for the Hornets.
Here's Carson Woods. He'll get things started here for Huntsville. Hit a very long fly ball to left his last time to the plate. The only ball outside of Johnny Waddell's hit that has left the infield.
Yeah, almost left the field altogether. You're right.
1-1. Woods takes ball 2 low. Two and 1 here for Michael Posey, and Woods takes strike 2 on the inner half.
Yeah, you almost got a feeling here the Hornets need to strike in some way right here. Getting a run here would be big, especially as this game gets to it's the middle part now, but gets to the latter part of the innings. Getting 1 run on the board would be big.
Woods pokes it to the third base side. Fowler. Oh, 1 out.
Not quite as long as his last hit, contact. But
the Hornets, the third baseman, number 11, Cody Hager.
Glad to see Carson up there swinging.
Here's one's Cody Hager. 1 away here in this bottom of the 4th. And the first offering from Posey. Hager late on that one, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, he was really late on that one. I don't know if he was guessing of something else, but he was off.
Posey's 0-1. Hager fouls it back.
And that's Chris Patton Agency foul ball.
Yeah, right now it seems like we're going to be settling in. The game may be going fast, but there's a lot of zeros up there, and it doesn't look like either pitcher wants to blink just yet.
Each one's given up hits, but their defense has backed them up. The 0-2. Hager takes off the plate.
Yeah, I like what Hager did there. He scooted up in the batter's box to go after that outside pitch, but didn't swing at it, didn't offer at it because it was certainly way outside.
1 away in the 1-2. Breaking ball and a spoil job there for Hager to keep it going.
Yeah, came back inside, tried to bust him up inside, and Hager's able to get a little piece of that and send it to the backstop.
Honestly, you'd love to be able to find a way to get on base with Stanley in the on-deck spot. Another 1-2 from Posey. Oh. Hager, hot shot down the line, but out in front of him.
Just pulled on it too early. I like the contact, though, right there.
When you hear that ping, and it's a sharper ping than most, you obviously feel pretty good.
He's going to send one of our players down there to retrieve the ball.
Who is that running down there? Mr. Colton Harding? I think so. Running down to get that one.
Yep, he's like, I got it, guys. Don't worry.
Another 1-2 to Hager. Swing and a miss. And 2 away here is Michael Posey.
Man, they both Van Brady and Posey seem to be picking the perfect pitch, pitch at the perfect time, taking something off of that one, keeping Hager off balance, especially after a sharp line drive he hit just foul, able to get something off speed there.
Here's Josh Stanley. First pitch called, strike one, right down Main Street. Stanley's 0 for 1, grounded out. His last time up in the second.
Yeah, both these guys, both Brady and Posey, man, they've had a command of the strike zone here, so somebody's going to have to try to get them rattled just a little bit.
Stanley works ahead 2-1. Him and his compadre, I like to call him, Jackson Slater, both of them committed to play for Eureka College, a D3 program up in Illinois. He chops this one to the third base side into the glove of Fowler, and that will end the bottom of the fourth. Hornets go 1-2-3. Pitcher's duel continues here in Huntsville, Texas. We played 4 full. We remain scoreless, top of the 5th, and Van Brady back to the hill after this on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Booster Club would like to send a special shout out to our 2025 donors, Bill Fick Ford, Holly Waterwell, the Home Run Team.
Hello, this is John Burleson, president of Buckhorn Roofing. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing. We do roof inspections and roof replacements. We offer a 30-year architectural shingles that comes with a manufacturer warranty and workmanship warranties. On our commercial side, we offer roofing for businesses, offices, schools, and hospitals. Roofs consist of TPO, PVC, and silicone coating. We also can offer up to 20-year, no-dollar limit warranties on all commercial roofing. Please give us a call at 936-852-2044 or visit us at buckhornroofing.com.
Welcome back to Huntsville, Texas, here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Off to the top of the 5th we go. I want to remind you, you can listen to today's best country and all your favorites wherever you may be with the KSAM mobile app. It's in your app store for Androids and iPhones. Take your hometown radio station with you in the car, at home, or even while you're out for a run. The KSAM mobile app. Download it today. Well, we've gone 4 full. We go to the 5th, and Brady's going to face the 6, 7, and 8 of A&M Consolidated. Luke Hargett will get things started. Brady starts him off with a pitch outside. You got to like where Van's at right now, 50 pitches into this ball game, averaging about 10 to 12 a frame outside of that wild third inning. As he deals the 1-0 to Hargett.
Yeah, he's doing everything you've asked him to do, and I mean, no surprise, this kid has a .220 batting average against for the season coming into tonight's game, so he keeps the batters guessing and off balance pretty well.
Tries to break it back over the inner half, but he finds himself in his first 3-0 count of the night. Trying not to lose Luke Hargett. That one called strike one as it off the inner half of the zone.
Yeah, there's not many pitchers I think that I would consider this about, but even with a 3-0 count, I almost think he can come back from any count.
He hits this one, second base side. Stanley bobbles it, recovers.
Good job.
Still makes the out.
Yeah, good job staying with it for Stanley. Coming back up throwing certainly helps that he was at second base position. If that had happened over third or short, certainly would have been tougher, but Stanley staying with that ball, getting it over to BP to get that first out, especially after a 3-0 count. Trusting the defense.
Colton Jose now to the plate. Breaking ball, and he's ahead.
That's such a dirty pitch, man.
It's filth, pure filth. 0-1 from Brady. Went back to the fastball, fouled off by Josie.
And it looks
like, and it's 0-2.
Looks like he has the same release point on both those pitches. You just don't know if it's going to start there, where it's going to finish, and just such a nasty pitch.
One away in the 0-2. That one skied to center. Johnny Waddell to his left, finds it in the sky, and there's 2 out. Only the third time that the ball has left the
third baseman, number 1.
Infield for an out, and back-to-back flyouts now for Jose to Waddell.
Goodness sakes, both these pitchers came to play tonight, didn't they, Carlos?
They did. It's going to make for an interesting Thursday night in College Station when we wrap this series. Noah Nieto gets the nod on Thursday as the breaking ball sweeps downstairs to the 8-hole hitter, Jordan Fowler. He's 1 for 1. Singled in the third.
Yeah, and, you know, you got to feel pretty good about having Noah on the mound. He's been a really good pitcher, a Friday pitcher for this Hornet squad.
Fastball sent back up the middle and through, and Jordan Fowler, 8th in the order for A&M Consolidated. He's got a pair of singles to start his night.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, coach, move me up in the order, man. Just lace 2 of those out there. Gonna give me some extra at-bats.
Here's Gage Boyd. He's 1 for 1, but his single came via the bunt variety. Don't think that's on here with 2 out. Brady now out of the stretch. Boyd takes strike 1.
Goodness sakes. I don't know how you hit that pitch, man.
7 strikeouts in the books for Van Brady. He has been stellar. Trying to keep it that way. The 0-1 to Boyd. Half-hearted swing. Did he go around?
He's not even paying attention.
He did not go. Well, and we figured that. Boyd with an open stance.
Maybe taking off on this pitch.
He wasn't going. Pitch outside, ball 2. Two and 1 count here on Gage Boyd against Van Brady. 2 out in the inning. Swung on, hit well to right center. Johnny Waddell on the run, makes the catch and avoids the diving Carson Woods as well. And the side is retired. Dangerous play in right center, but Waddell with good range. Able to clear the top of the 5th. Time to stretch here in Huntsville. We remain scoreless. Who's going to break through first? We hope it's the green and white after this.
With the new year comes great things, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, that means lower prices. Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Chevy in Huntsville, and we're starting the year out by giving our best deals around. Come in and get a 2025 Chevy Colorado starting at only $29,995, or a 2025 Chevy Malibu starting at only $25,995, and get 1.9% APR. Need a full-size truck? Take up to $8,000 off a 2025 half-ton crew cab. Ask dealer for details right here at Wiesner in Huntsville. Take advantage of the great inventory here at Wiesner Chevrolet, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Bottom of the 5th, moments away here in Huntsville, Texas. Want to remind you this broadcast of Huntsville Hornet Baseball is brought to you by our friends at Bill Fick Ford. No bull, just good deals. And by Buckhorn Roofing, expert roofing solutions in Huntsville, Texas, protecting your home one shingle at a time. And we want to let you know our next broadcast of Hornet Baseball comes your way Thursday night, a special Thursday night edition. As they wrap the series with A&M Consolidated out in College Station, we begin with the Bill Fick Ford countdown to first pitch at 6:45 p.m. First pitch follows at 7 o'clock right here on your home of the Hornets. Hornet Nation Broadcast Network and the KSAM YouTube channel. As the 5, 6, and 7 will come to the plate here for the Hornets against Michael Posey, who's been the other half of this pitcher's duel tonight. And he evens the count here on Jackson Slater, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Jackson's improved his batting average to 266 during district play. He's got a really good eye. 0 strikeouts so far in district play. So makes contact and has a really good eye.
Showing it here. He's working ahead 3-1 here on Posey. We have yet to have a walk tonight between these two pitchers. As Slater sends it back up the gut. And a single for the Slater man.
That kid's a gamer, man. He just looks like he has fun out there playing. And sometimes when you get in the grind and you get to a spot where you're losing more games definitely than you want to lose, and sometimes you just kind of get down on yourself. But I don't think I ever see that kid without a smile on his face. Even while he's diving to the ground, making diving plays, he's smiling out there. So fun to watch him just have fun with it.
So 1 on, nobody out here against Michael Posey. Only the second hit of the night for the Hornets as Brian Parker Jr. squaring around on a pitch called a strike. Obviously just trying to give himself up in that situation and get Slater over to second.
Yeah, in this tight of a game, 1 run is big. So anything you can do to get somebody in scoring position is going to be important.
Parker.
That's a good bunt.
Pops it, but it will trickle foul, and now he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, first pitch looked like it may have been a little bit inside, and that gets him in a tough position here. Of course, you know, bunt is most likely called off, but see if he can at least get the ball in play and move Jackson over to second.
Got to find a way. Gaping hole down the right side with the first baseman and Young holding Slater. Parker behind 0-2. Posey deals. Parker a floater on the infield and into the glove of Fowler at third, 1 away.
Yeah, tough break there for BP. Had good intentions going opposite field, but that one just got underneath it. Would have loved it right down the third baseline.
Well, we'll see if Van Brady can help his own cause. He's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out in his lone appearance in the third. Working hard on the hill tonight. And the first offering, Brady sends it through the right side. That's a hit. 2 on, 1 out. And Brady helping his own cause.
Yeah, you had the right fielder, Kieschnick, playing a shallow right field and able to get to that ball pretty quickly as it got through the infield, unable to score Jackson. Jackson did have to hold up a little bit, make sure he didn't get hit by the ball as it's coming through, so that slowed him down a little bit too, but having a runner in scoring position, see what Q can come up and do for you.
Evan Bell will run for Brady, the courtesy runner. And yeah, you're right. Quinton Chandonnet coming up in a big spot here. Well, it actually looks like he's going to be lifted. And here comes Austin Taylor.
Oh, Taylor, let's go.
Evan Bell.
Austin Taylor going to come up here in a big spot. Didn't get the start tonight, the senior.
Huntsville Hornets #1, Austin Taylor.
Can he be the one to deliver the hit?
Oh, that's a balk. That's a balk.
I don't know if Posey, did he break his motion?
Man.
Prior to that, trying to pick off Slater at second. Well, now Taylor will dig in. I know what's going on in that young man's head. He's first pitch swinging. Posey steps off once again, and Taylor still waiting to see the first ball.
Yeah, they're concerned about Jackson Slater out there at second base for good reason. They don't want this run to come across.
Taylor takes strike 1.
Love for this senior right here to come up in a big moment like you were talking about to break through. Want nothing more for this kid to be able to get this into the outfield and get 1 run across the board.
0-1 from Posey. Taylor tries to poke it down the line, but it goes foul.
I like the thinking. I'm not mad at it.
Taylor behind 0-2, looking to fight here against Michael Posey in such a high leverage situation. 2 on, 1 out. In a high leverage ball game. 0-2. Up and in. Ball 1.
Yeah, trying to back him off that plate just a little bit. Man, Boston can somehow find a way down that line. You're scoring 2 with Bell's speed.
One, 2. Called strike 3. Both runners were going, but Slater in ahead of the tag.
Wow.
What a gutsy call by Justin Jennings. Double steal, hit and run was on. Taylor's caught looking, but the Hornets avoid disaster. It's 2 out, but Johnny Waddell will come to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position.
Man, I got to be honest about that one. I don't know how he got in there.
I think the tag from Fowler was just straight up late.
Just late? Oh, man. A Hornet fan, I'm glad. It just looked like he was out.
Waddell to the plate, 1 for 1. A single in the third. 2 out in the 5th. Strike 1.
I'll tell you what, I'm not mad at it at all.
You got to think this is where Huntsville has to break through. Top of the order's due up for Consolidated in the 6th. you got to find a way to at least get one, if not both runners on base.
Take another shot like he did as previous hit, right up the middle.
I think anything up the middle, if it's hard hit, is getting through.
Yeah, they're playing, second baseman is playing him to be late on the swing here.
0-1 from Posey. Big cut and a miss by Waddell.
Yeah, Posey reached back a little bit and kind of got it past Waddell just a little bit. 0-2 count, got to protect the plate.
Hornets have been caught looking 3 times tonight. 0-2. Waddell pops it up. The catcher Carter running after it makes the catch.
No, he dropped it.
No, he dropped it.
He's going to say it's on the transfer, and the umpire is going to not agree.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you want to talk about catching a break and a half.
Yes.
It's that. Will it come back to bite the Tigers is the question.
Well, you got new life here for Johnny, so got to take advantage of it.
Another 0-2 for Michael Posey. And he deals. Outside, ball 1.
It was a tough take right there. You could see Posey, hands on the knees, wanted that call. I think all of us held our breath just a little bit on that one.
Talking about a gutsy take by Johnny at the plate as well. 3rd and 2nd, 2 out, no score, bottom 5. And the 1-2. Waddell skies it to right center. Might have a chance to die down. The second baseman backing up on it, though. He makes the catch, does Hargett. And the side is retired. So Hornets get 2-1 in scoring position with 1 away and not able to cash in. We remain scoreless. We go to the 6th. Van Brady's trying to stay locked in. He's got the top of the order for the Tigers when we come back.
I'm Kobe Lovell, 2020 World Champion hitter, 7-time NFR qualifier.
I'm Ricky Canton, 15-time NFR qualifier, and currently hold the world's record in the calf movement.
I'm Cody Johnson. I'm a platinum recording country music artist, cowboy team roper.
And I'm No Bull Bill, and I sell trucks. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Well, at least I sell them to the cool people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to the 6th. We've played for 1 hour and 3 minutes as this pitcher's duel just continues. The Hornets, though, lose an opportunity in the bottom of the 5th. Got runners at 3rd and 2nd with 2 out. Waddell could not get them home. That's why we remain scoreless as we go to the 6th. And the top of the order coming to the plate here for A&M Consolidated.
Yeah, you get later in these games, later in the ball game, those runs just become huge. And if you're able to push one across there, then you've got the momentum. But just got to come back out and Van, do your thing.
Kai Hood will start things off as that's ball 1. No action in either bullpen. This is Brady and Posey show. Hood tonight is 0 for 2. Lays off that one outside, and Brady behind 2-0. Hood, the offensive leader of this team in many categories. Hitless tonight so far. That one catches the outer half for strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch there by Van, being down in the count 2-0, coming back and get that strike on the outside corner called.
2-1 delivery. Breaking ball, it's inside, ball 3. Brady not getting that inner half called here against Kai Hood. Looking to battle back, 3-1 on the way. It's up for ball 4 and the first free pass of the night.
All right, defense has got to be ready behind Van here, especially when you got the 2-hole hitter coming up here. Double play would be great. Out at second, take it as a consolation.
Here's Joseph Young. He is 0 for 2. He has grounded into a double play tonight. A 4-6-3 that cleared the third. One on, nobody out. Young hits it to short. Slater flipped to Stanley for one. BJ, did you call it? Yes, you did! 2 out.
And at the Peyton Irwin Foundation, don't text and drive double play.
Look at those two buddies. You talked about it earlier. They are just fans of each other. Those two love, Stanley and Slater love being out there together. What a perfect combination up the middle. Two big, huge, gigantic outs for Brady.
Base is cleared now for Cannon Kieschnick. Breaking stuff, misses the top of the zone. It's ball one, but yeah, there you go. You got redemption there. You didn't call the first one, you called the second one. That one a little dicey there. Parker did a great job hanging on to the bag. Kieschnick takes strike one. Interesting.
Yeah, I think I can hear both fans giving it to Blue just a little bit down there.
2 away and nobody on at the top of the 6th. Then the 1-1. That one's definitely outside.
Not close. Yeah.
It's 2-1 here on Kieschnick. He's 1 for 2. A single in the first, struck out, swinging in the 4th.
I think we all can agree that one was just a bit outside.
A la Bob Euchre, 2-1. Fouled back, 2-2.
Yeah, man, what a big play there. You've had some really stellar defensive plays by the Hornets. And again, you heard Coach talk at the beginning how important that's going to be coming down the stretch here these last 4 district games. And they put on a display right there, a clinic right there for the Hornets.
2-2 to Kieschnick is down and away, and it's ball 3. And the leadoff walk to Hood, erased on the 6-4-3, turned by Slater, Stanley, and Parker. And Brady would love nothing more than a punch out to send us to the bottom of the 6th. Payoff pitch to Cannon Kieschnick. Fastball on the infield. Throws the bat in disgust, and Brian Parker Jr. makes the catch. Side retired. Leadoff walk for Kai Hood. Goes all for naught. We've played 5.5, and we are still scoreless. Bottom of the 6th is coming up next here in Huntsville, Texas on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Country music is different than other music genres. Our artists sing about family, friendship, the ups and downs of this old world, and living this life. Country music tells the story of us. 101.7 KSAM is your hometown radio station, playing today's best country and all your favorites. And you can have this hometown connection right there on your smartphone with the all-new KSAM mobile app. It's in your iPhone and Android app store right now. And we also have direct links on our website, KSAM1017.com.
We've played 5.5 here in Huntsville, Texas, and we don't have a run on the board yet. We'll see if that's going to change here as we go to the last of the 6th. Van Brady gives up a leadoff walk to Kai Hood in the top half of the inning, but is erased on a Joseph Young 6-4-3 double play. And then the pop out of Kieschnick brings us here to the bottom of the 6th, where it's the Hornets top of the order coming to the plate.
These guys coming up. Taylor, who came in for Q earlier. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
But either way, you're right. Taylor is now in left.
Yes, Taylor's
we
in left.
We forgot to mention that in the top of the 6th. That's the only defensive change for Huntsville. Nothing for A&M Consolidated as far as we know. As we go to this bottom of the 6th, it's Noah Nieto. That's going to be the one to start things off for your Hornets.
Yeah, I was looking at my scorecard. It had Taylor 1 at bat, and then Waddell 2. I was like, oh, yeah, there we go. We got to go back to the top. It's the guys you want up at the plate. Man, this is a playoff atmosphere, Carlos. If you push one across here and all you have to do is shut them down for half an inning, that would be big carrying into Thursday's game if they could just make it happen. These are the guys you want up there to make it happen.
Noah Nieto's 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts tonight, and he starts off the inning with a base hit to center field.
That's a good way to start it, isn't it? Hit it right back up the middle, send it, return to sender. Love it out there bouncing around that big, beautiful H out there for a base hit.
And the Hornets now match the Tigers in hits. They got 2 in the last frame, 1 here to start this frame. Courtesy runner, Titan Evans will come in there. Noah almost forgot the helmet for Titan. But that will turn it over to Carson Woods, who's had a couple of loud balls tonight.
And now batting for your Huntsville Hornets, the right fielder, number 8, Carson Woods.
So here's Carson Woods to deal with Michael Posey. The leadoff single for Noah Nieto. Posey deals, and it's ball 1 outside.
Yeah, you kind of sense the importance of that base runner out there, pushing that one across.
Woods gets the bunt down.
Good
it's
bunt.
a good one. Posey plays it. Flipped the first for the out, but he does his job. Sacrifice successful for Carson Woods. Will move the runner Evans to second. Trying to set up something for Cody Hager.
Yeah, that's what you call doing whatever it takes for your team. And the situation calls for it. Yes, you're a guy that likes to get up there and swing the bat, and has a lot of hits on the season for this team. Matter of fact, he's got the most hits in district play with 7. He's wanting to get up there and swing the bat and hit, but coach has asked him to lay down a bunt. And what does Carson Woods do? He goes out there and does what the coach has asked him to do, move that runner over to second, because the team has a chance to get ahead and try to get it out of this inning with a run and then shut him down the next inning.
Runner in scoring position, Titan Evans. Cody Hager takes ball 1 in the top half. Hager tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice at the plate tonight. That was what Noah Nieto had, and he broke through for his first hit. We'll see if Hager can do the same thing. Here's the 1-0. Hager through the left side, backhanded at short. The throw will be to third. He got it under the tag, did Evans.
Yeah, now that one looked like he was safe. He got underneath that tag.
What a slide, Titan Evans. And it's runners at the corners with 1 out.
Josh Stanley coming up to bat. Hager, what a big time. 2 punch outs on the day you were talking about. And then he comes up there and makes something happen.
Number 6, Josh Stanley.
What a slide by Titan Evans into third base. Stretched in under the tag. Hesitation from the shortstop Boyd for just a moment. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was. That one looked like he got under the tag. The one earlier looked like he was out. That one, yeah, he got underneath that tag. Stayed on the bag, too. He almost overslid the bag, but he was able to stay on the bag, keep contact with the bag so he didn't get tagged out.
Infield in for A&M Consolidated, trying to protect home plate. All Stanley needs to do is find the outfield, and that'll plate the first run of the night. Stanley trying to, but he fouled it back.
And that's Bruce Beck, David C. foul ball.
That kid likes to attack right there, man. On the hunt for a fastball. Trying to do exactly what you said, Carlos. Get it anywhere out of the infield.
0-1. Strike 2.
Yeah, he wanted to swing at that one. Couldn't quite pull the trigger.
Jackson Slater on deck. Stanley trying to find a way. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, nearly hit Stanley, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you can see the catcher Carter calling for that as a high pitch. See if he couldn't get him to swing. That came too far inside. Stanley recognized it and able to stay right where he is.
1 away in the bottom of the 6th, and we're scoreless. The 1-2 pitch. Hager goes, pitches outside. For ball 2, Hager with good heads-up base running.
Stolen base for the Hornets.
Yeah, don't overlook that one. You get out of the double play situation right there. What a great pitch to run on outside in the dirt. No throw to second base. Force is, well, don't have to worry about getting that force at second.
2-2 to Stanley. Swung on and hit well to left. Back goes Jose, still backing up. He drops it in left field. Evans will score. Hager will be held up at third. The Hornets are on top. 1-0 in the 6th.
What a shot by Stanley. Turns on it. Had the left fielder tracking, turned and running towards the track. Oh my goodness, what a hit there by Stanley in the moment. Drives it to left field, gets that big run on the board.
They rule it an E7 on the left fielder, Jose, but Stanley does his job to get the Hornets on top.
And guess what, Carlos? We still only have one out and runners second and third, same spot.
Slater would love to keep adding to it. That one nearly ran in and hit him.
That, I guarantee you, Jackson, I want to hit. I don't want to be hit. I want to hit.
And Stanley charged that one.
Oh,
forget about leaving the infield. That almost, if it's hit any harder, is leaving the yard. But Huntsville on top, 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Slater, a high tapper. That's going to be tough. The play will be to first to get the out, but Slater does his job. That plates Cody Hager, and it's 2-0 Huntsville.
You are absolutely correct, Carlos. He did his job. A kid that gets up there does not strike out, hadn't struck out all district play. He's the kid you want up there with runners on second and third. You're just needing contact on the infield. High chopper scores the run, gets you 2 monumental runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th. What about these kids?
Brian Parker Jr. would love to add a third one across home plate. He takes ball 1 high from Michael Posey.
Carlos, I think you and I are okay with this inning going a little bit longer than the other ones, aren't we?
Yeah, just a little bit. Let Van gas up for the 7th. 1-0. Called strike 1.
I'm being a little stingy, though. I'd love to have that third run out there at third base to get BP a little RBI action here.
This is going to be Posey's inning to finish. As the 1-1 to Parker. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
That was a really good pitch there by Posey. Expecting Brian Parker to just swing through that one and took something off of it.
The 1-2 pitch from Posey. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on BP. Posey wanted the call, didn't get it.
Yeah, that's close. I could have gone certainly either way on that one.
Stanley, the runner at third for the Hornets. If the inning were to continue, that is Van in the on-deck spot. 2-2. That one, a tapper to the third base side. Boyd up to get it. Throw to first. Got away from the first baseman, Young. Parker with the wheels. He's in at second. 3-0 Huntsville.
Carlos, I think there was smoke coming off that turf as BP turned the corner of first base, headed to second base on that errant throw by the shortstop. Man, what a great job to get that ball in play and hustle down that first base line. Don't undersell that play right there by BP because he made that throw, made that bad throw happen because he knew the shortstop Boyd had to rush that one over there with the high chop. So way to hustle there, BP. Get down that line, boy.
And he'll be lifted for a pinch runner. Will Barrett will come into the ball game. So Parker does his job. That's 2 errors in the inning for A&M Consolidated. They do have action up in their bullpen. But if you're Consol, all you're trying to do is get this third and final out and try to rally in the top of the 7th. But if you're Huntsville, you got to be feeling pretty darn good where you're at right now.
Yeah, you really do. You just scored 3 big runs in the inning. Your guys did their job of getting up there and making the hits count when they did, just getting the ball in play. Yeah, some of them go down as an error, 2 of them go down as an error, but that doesn't happen if you're not getting in play.
Whoa, that one's going to run behind Brady and allow Barrett to scoop the third.
I'll take a 4th run, Carlos.
That is ultimately going to be a wild pitch as Brady had to do the Texas 2-step to get out of the way of that one.
Man, those dance classes are paying off.
Posey from the stretch. And the 1-0. It's up for ball 2.
I guarantee you there's going to be some scoreboard watching by some of the other teams out there in the district that you laid out where we are.
You betcha. (2-0). Brady a swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Yeah, around the district tonight, Rudder is at College Station, and a big one. Montgomery is at Lake Creek tonight. So we'll pull up those scores here for you in a moment. So we're going to be scoreboard watching ourselves. Huntsville up 3-0. And a 3-1 count now on Van Brady.
Yeah, and you got Noah Nieto going on the mound. Got to get this one in the books first, and then we can see what happens on Thursday. But right now, your Huntsville squad's feeling pretty good coming off of a win on Saturday and making some good things happen.
3-1 from Posey to Brady's inside ball 4. No, he called that a strike. Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh.
Van's saying, hey, dude, when I come up here to pitch, you're going to give that one to me? You gotta.
Well, payoff. Brady fouls it back and spoils. Checking in on Montgomery and the Lake Creek. They're in the top of the 5th. It's runners at the corners and 1 out for Montgomery. 1-0 lead for Lake Creek. So that's who Huntsville's going to face next week is Montgomery. And they're feeling pretty good where they're at right now as Brady spoils another one from Posey.
Yeah, with Lake Creek already probably cinching up that top seed in the district, you don't mind them winning 2 against Montgomery. Helps your cause as a Hornet.
And we got a ball game between College Station and Rudder as well as Brady swings and misses. That'll end the frame, but he'll head back to the hill for the top of the 7th. The Hornets do their job. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to bring us to the hopefully final frame. Van the man, Vintage Van, to the hill to try and close this one out when we return to Huntsville, Texas.
Bat Agency, Mocha Attorneys, Warden Insurance, Peyton.
I'm Kobe Lovell, 2020 World Champion hitter, 7-time NFR qualifier.
I'm Ricky Canton, 15-time NFR qualifier, and currently hold the world's record in the cap rovement.
I'm Cody Johnson. I'm a platinum recording country music artist, cowboy team roper.
And I'm No Bull Bill, and I sell trucks. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Well, at least I sell them to the cool people.
Off we go to the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Hornets do damage in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs, coupled with a pair of errors from A&M Consolidated, have the Hornets cooking with gas. As we go to the top of the 7th, Van Brady going to be called upon for 3 outs.
Yeah, this is why you feel good as a Hornet, having Van on the mound. You knew this is something that can happen every night with Van. This is not a surprise outing. This is like we've talked about before. It's vintage Van. You kind of come to expect this when it comes to Van Brady. And so we're getting exactly what we got from our stud pitcher.
He'll face the middle of the order, the 4, 5, and 6. Jack Carter to get things started for Consolidated. Brady starts him off with ball 1. Michael Posey throws 97 pitches and was holding Huntsville scoreless till the 6th. 1-0, cut and a miss by Carter. 1-1.
Yeah, good chase. Way to get him to chase on that one.
Brady's 1-1 offering. Under half for strike 2.
Yeah, these are the guys that Brady needs to come after. Carter, Dupril, and Haggard. They've had a hard time against Brady today with 4 strikeouts. So these are the 3 that you definitely want to come after.
1-2, can't catch the top of the zone. Count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Carter. He is 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 1st and fouled out down the right field line in the 4th. 2-2 delivery. Carter tries to send it through the right side. Parker tries to backhand it but can't make the play. And a good start to the inning for A&M Consolidated. And that is going to be ruled an error on Parker.
Yeah, you almost wish you'd let Stanley come up with that one. Parker moving away from the first base bag. Stanley moving towards it. Van was covering on his way over to cover first base, but you still have the force out at second in play here. You are just looking to get the outs wherever you can get it.
Well, BJ, you've made 2 calls tonight. I'm going to make 1 here. Double play.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Jack Crumpler will be running at first base for the catcher, as Austin Dupril is at the plate.
I'll tell you what, if there's any 2 guys that can make a double play happen, that's Slater and Stanley in the middle.
First pitch on the way, breaking ball over the head of Dupril, and it's 1-0.
You got some heckling a little bit from the Hornet crowd saying that looked in there.
Quick mound visit here for Noah Nieto, talking with Van Brady, just trying to calm him down a little bit after the error committed by the Hornets. But like we said, he has turned 2 double plays. Granted, both of those were off the bat of Joseph Young. Tonight for Austin DePrill, he has been fanned both times by Van.
I tell you what, baseball umpiring is not for the faint of heart.
It's not easy. It's not easy. 1-0 count here on DePrill. Misses the top of the zone, ball 2.
Yeah, I still think this is Brady's game. If he gets one more on, you can see some action happening in the Hornet bullpen there.
2-0 delivery. There's strike 1.
Good pitch. But again, with Brady on the mound, he's never out of a count. I mean, he could be staring down a 3-0 count, and he's still going to be in it.
1 on, nobody out. Top of the 7th, and the 2-1. That one, a soft liner into center field and down for a hit. First hit of the night for Austin DePrill, and in a blink, tying run to the plate for A&M Consolidated.
Yeah, you got to watch out for these guys. The game is not over yet. If they're just trying to hand it down to the next batter.
And that will mean a mound visit for Justin Jennings, his first trip to the hill tonight. He hasn't had to, as Van Brady had been holding serve, but traffic on the base paths. Well, we've seen this before. The 2 on in the 3rd that were erased on a fielder's choice, ground out by Kai Hood, and the double play by Joseph Young. So, yeah, it's not like we haven't seen this before tonight.
No, and you're still heading down to the, you got a couple of batters here. Fowler seemed to have had Van Brady's number tonight, so you want to be careful with getting down to Fowler. But, right here with Hargett, and then
Jose.
These are the next 2 batters you got to do some damage against right here.
So big spot for the Tigers, down 3. Now you got to think those 3 runs are looming a lot more large now. Hargett at the plate tonight is 0 for 2. First pitch on the way. Strike 1.
Good start there by Van. Looked like Hargett was taken all the way on that one.
Crowd getting rowdy here in the gateway to the East Texas Piney Woods. Hornets up 3-0. Nobody out in the top of the 7th. 2 on in the pitch. Ooh, breaking ball misses. And it's 1-1.
Just didn't come down enough into the top part of that strike zone. Van working it from top to bottom, but couldn't find it.
1-1. Third base, or rather first base side, and it will roll foul. And Van ahead 1-2.
Yeah, that's where he's really dangerous. 1-2 ahead of the count. As a batter, going to do what he can to keep him off balance. Got at least 1 pitch to play with. Maybe keep him guessing out there as well.
Brady's 88th pitch of the ball game. 1-2 to Hargett. Breaking ball and a spoil swing there.
Well, that was just a safety swing right there. Just got the ball out there to kind of do something with it. All that was protecting the plate on that one.
Lefty Hargett at the plate with 2 on and nobody out. 3-0 Huntsville. 1-2 from Van. Another safety swing on a pitch low. Hargett trying to battle.
Yeah, he is. He's making Van pitch a couple of more pitches here. Probably didn't even wanted to in this at bat. So see if Van can't get him out on these next 2 pitches and save some left for the Jose.
Brady a stare back at second and another 1-2. Breaking ball to Stanley at second. Throw to second for 1 on to first for 2. Another double play.
You still called it, Carlos. You still got the double play. I'm going to give it to you. I think that's a good call there. We like it.
A big, huge 2 outs in support of Van Brady.
And these have been really killers, right, Carlos? You've sent some momentum from A&M, and you see the Hornet defense not tightening up. They just get out there and make plays, man.
Colton Jose, the final hope for A&M Consolidated.
Because there's been a couple of times in this game where you felt like, oh, man, A&M's about to break it open if we don't do something. Then these kids just come up and make some really big defensive plays.
Brady deals strike one, and interesting note here, BJ, the guy at the plate, Colton Jose, had the error that allowed Huntsville into the score column. Wouldn't it be fitting if Brady can punch him out to end the ball game? That's down the line foul, and Consolidated down their final strike.
Man, I'm so proud of these kids right now. I'm coming out in a game like this, and you've got everything going against you that you got to feel the pressure, and what if you don't win? And you got Van Brady out here dealing on the mound. Heads up play by your second baseman and your shortstop, and No Nieto behind the plate making some big plays as well.
Runner at third in the 1-2 to Jose. Fouled off again.
Yeah, Jose's not wanting to go home yet. This kid fouling him off, putting some good swings up there.
He's going to set up a huge matchup on Thursday night in Aggieland. We'll be there to bring it to you. We hope to see you out there as well. Brady trying to punctuate this one. The 1-2 again. Into the dirt. Smothered by Nieto.
Yeah, Nieto's not going to let that ball pass him. He will throw everything he's got to keep that ball in front of him.
Crowd on both sides getting rowdy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Huntsville up 3-0 with the runner at third. 2-2 pitch. Tapper to the third base side. Hager, he's got it. Throw to the first base side. Gets away from Parker, though. And the shutout is gone. It is 3-1. Tough play there by Hager, but Consolidated gets on the board.
Yeah, and that's the right play there by Hager to cut your shortstop off. You're the one moving towards the first base bag. You know Jackson's got a good arm. You know Hager's got a good arm. Hager plays shortstop as well. And so I don't fault him for going for that ball and trying to cut the throw down. There's just an errant throw, and you got a little bit of cushion to play with.
So still 2 out. Runner goes, pitches a ball, the throw down to try and end the game. He did not. In ahead of the tag is Colton Jose, and the second run for Consolidated in scoring position with Fowler at the dish.
I have to tell you, I think the Maroon team in this ballpark would have gone crazy if they'd have called him out on that one.
He was clearly safe. Fowler 2 for 2 tonight, a pair of singles. Brady's 1-0. The fastball that got away from Nieto, it actually stayed at the plate, and now the runner will move up to third in Jose.
Yeah, you got some action in the Hornet bullpen down there. Gilbert or Moore.
I believe that's Gilbert.
Yep.
This is Brady's game to finish. 2 balls, no strike. With 2 out. 3-1 Huntsville. Ball 3.
Yeah, tighten up just a little bit. You still have an out to get. Your play is at first base. Go after the batter.
Brady's 100th pitch of the game. Is a strike 1.
Maybe. I can't hear now with everyone being loud. I can't hear him if he's calling.
I've never seen the home team getting rowdy when your batter's at the plate. 3-1 from Van Brady. He's too high. And the tying run is on base.
Yeah, I got a little life showing from the A&M Consolidated Tigers here. Getting that runner around and then getting another runner over to third. You got the tying run sitting at first base.
Gage Boyd will come to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs. So you got to play at second or first. Boyd tonight is 1 for 2. Still 2 out in the top of the 7th.
That's a good pitch.
Brady deals strike 1.
Good pitch there by Brady. Doesn't abandon what he knows what to do right there. He just goes right out there at that outside corner. Knows he can get it there when he wants it.
0-1. Well outside. And it's 1-1 now.
Yeah, it's a big moment for him and for Boyd as it is for Van. So trying to see if we can get a chase out there is not a bad idea.
1-1 on the way. Yeah. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
That's kind of what Van Brady was thinking Boyd might do on that second pitch. That's why he kind of went back out there on that outside. Man, he trusted his pitch, know that he could deliver it again out there. Got 2 strikes on him. See if he can finish it out.
Runners at the corners, 2 out. 1-2 on its way. Called strike 3! Got him on the outer half! Good night from Huntsville. The Hornets win it 3-1.
What a pitch by Van Brady. This kid just has ice in his veins. Goes out there, makes 4 pitches almost in the same location. He trusts his catcher. He trusts his arm. He trusts everything he knows about baseball that he's been playing since he can walk properly. Man, what a night for these Huntsville Hornets, Carlos.
What a night indeed. Huntsville wins it 3-1. A nail-biting finish, but that's the kind of game it was. Nothing but exciting for the green and white. Bill Fick Ford post-game wrap-up coming up next. We will talk with Justin Jennings, and then who else? Van the Man, Van Brady, joins us when we come back here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the Huntsville Baseball Softball Complex as we go down to get our player of the game and coach of the game.
If you
That'll be fun.
Here, BJ. Go. Are we winning?
Yeah. I got baseball everywhere.
I wonder if my grandma watching. Hey, Grandma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Bill Fick Ford postgame wrap-up. Hornets win it tonight 3-1 over A&M Consolidated. Talk about a huge win for the Huntsville Hornets. We got our first of two players of the ballgame tonight. I'm going to talk to Josh Stanley first here, me and BJ Will. Josh, I know it wasn't the biggest of offensive nights, but, man, y'all's defense was on it. You were part of 3 big double plays tonight. How do you feel?
Hey, I mean, I still got that adrenaline rush. I'm still ready to go party with my boys. You know, this is a big win for us. I know that we put them in a tough spot. They really got to win next, I don't even know when we
Thursday.
play. Thursday, right? Yeah. They really got to win on Thursday. And I'm thinking, right now, I don't even know what I'm thinking. That's a big game for us. I'm still hyped. About it. We got 3 double plays with me and Slater. Oh, my goodness. That's the best night I probably had with that guy.
Yeah, talk about the confidence you have in Jackson. I know you guys are best friends off the field. We see you smiling out there, enjoying the game like you're supposed to. But talk about the confidence you have in that dude. Good third, short, wherever you put him. I mean, not just in the field, but also at the plate. Talk about how much confidence you got in him.
Hey, that's my boy. That's my right-hand man. You know, we plan on going to college together. You know, I spent all day with that guy, you know, in school, in classes, in lunch. We got the same lunch. I spent all day with that guy, just me and him all the time, talking about baseball, talking about whatever, you know. That's my guy. I have so much confidence in him. I know he could do it. I know he knows I could do it, and we just have each other's back all the time.
I mean, talk about just the way you guys just played top and down. What was Coach saying to you guys when it was still 0-0, and right before you got to that bottom of the 6th where y'all ended up breaking through?
Right. You know, Jennings first half of the game, you know, he's talking about the guy's changeup. He has a good changeup. Fastball's flat. You know, so at the beginning of the game, he was saying jump on the fastball. You know, let that changeup break down. If it starts low, let it go. It's gonna go down. So jump on the fastball. But as soon as it hit maybe like the 4th, 5th inning, he pulled us in and said, now it's the second half of the game. We're playing for 1 now. So if the leadoff guy gets on, we're going to start doing some bunts, and got to execute.
That's exactly what y'all did.
We saw that with Carson.
Yeah.
A kid that almost took it out of here his first at bat, but willing to lay down a bunt. You guys just seem to really, when it comes up to playing for the team, y'all step into those moments of, hey, if I get a base hit here, great. If I just lay down a bunt, whatever I need to do, what coach is telling me to do. Do you guys, when pressure starts to set in, what do y'all typically do to try to alleviate that pressure? Because that was pressure moment. This is almost playoff atmosphere baseball. What do y'all do to try to alleviate those pressure moments?
Man, you know, I feel like as a team, as a whole, I think we play better in those pressure moments. I feel like it feels like when I'm in the box in that situation I feel like I had the whole dugout on me. I feel like I had the whole dugout had my back, and I knew I had to have theirs, so I had to execute. Especially, I feel like we play. I feel like we play as a whole team in those pressure moments, especially when Van up there dealing like that. We know we got to have his back because, you know, he's going to have ours.
Now you guys get to turn around, a quick turnaround on Thursday. You go to College Station to face this team who's going to have their backs against the wall. Yeah. They know their playoff hopes right on Thursday night. It's a huge one. Just how do you guys take care of your business on Thursday?
Man, I think we just need to have the same mindset we had tonight. You know, when we play like this, I don't think nobody could beat us. I feel like we're a whole team like this. Nobody could beat us.
BJ, final thoughts here for Mr. Stanley?
Nah, it's just fun to watch you guys play. And I think when you guys are right, when you guys are feeling it and y'all are out there enjoying the game, but being smart about things out there, playing defense the way you do, I think you guys can stay in it with any club that you guys have faced so far. So just looking forward to seeing what you guys do Thursday in College Station. And then you got a big 2 games against Montgomery that could have playoff implications on. Will definitely have playoff implications on them. So looking forward to watching you guys.
But as Coach said in that huddle there at the end, 1 game at a time, and y'all took care of game 1 of the 4 you have left. Josh, before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to that's listening tonight?
Yeah, I want to say, what's going on, Grandma? I know she got to be watching. She's probably texting my dad right now on Facebook. I know she got to be watching.
There you go.
We love you, Grandma. We're glad you're watching.
Absolutely. First player of the game tonight, Josh Stanley. Josh, congrats on the win. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Still waiting on Mr. Van Brady and head coach Justin Jennings. Justin Jennings talking with Colton Foster at the Huntsville item right now. So give me and time BJ here to analyze this one tonight. As you just heard from Josh Stanley, great defensive night for the Hornets tonight. 3 double plays turned. Van Brady turns out an incredible performance of 8 strikeouts and some odd, but he was on it. The defense was on it. Everything clicked at the right time for Huntsville tonight.
It really did, and you got to give it to Van. As a matter of fact, here, you got both of them dealing, both Posey and Van dealing, and you don't see this kid break. And, even with a 3-0 count, we talk about it in the broadcast, I'm still comfortable with Van in a 3-0 count. He knows his pitches. He knows what he can do. The fact that you went 4 times to the outside knowing that you trust that pitch and knowing I'm going to get him to chase one of them, man, that's just big. And this kid just seems to always, when there's a game that his team needs, he seems to just step up and make it happen. And it just looks unfazed out there. So it's always a joy to just get to watch him play and get out there and lead his team.
Well, why don't we talk to the man here, our Bilfick Ford pitcher of the ball game, in Mr. Van Brady, joining us now here in the postgame. Van, I've never seen you that fired up coming off of a mound, but I know it was an electric performance for you tonight. I mean, I know your arm's got to be – you're going to put a little ice on that one tonight, throwing over 100 pitches. You were dialed in from the start. Just how'd you feel going out?
I mean, I felt good, and I felt the best I have since the Brenham start, and I just went out there and competed.
I mean, you go out there, and the 5 of the first 6 batters you face, you punch them out. I mean, just what was it through the off week and then that obviously game on Saturday against Fulshear that just allowed you to just continue to progress in the right way, saying that, yeah, it's the best you felt in a while?
I felt like I was able to, just locate better and had the mindset, just locate, give my team the best chance to win, and just bring the energy.
BJ, you got anything here for Mr. Van Brady?
Yeah, talk about that defense, man, behind you. Carlos and I were talking about it. 3 huge double plays. I know the triple plays are cool when they happen, but in this moment, 3 double plays that get you out of a little bit of a jam. Talk about your guys behind you. What's it like having those guys, Slater, Stanley behind you, Brian Parker, Hager over there?
I feel like they'll always just make the plays, and I always have a defense behind me, and BP's always just making those picks, and Slater's one of our best defenders. And them 2 over there in the middle are just like a dynamic duo.
Yeah, they really are. They on and off the field, man. These guys are they are just a hoot off the field, but you just see that chemistry right there in them on the field there at short and second.
Absolutely. And Van, we'll just say this, going into Thursday, obviously you'll get to rest the arm a little bit for pitching-wise, but no matter how it spills out, we asked Josh, it's a big one for A&M Consolidated. Their back's against the wall now. So how do you guys go in on Thursday, locked in as you were tonight, to try and knock them out of postseason contention before worrying about your own?
I would just bring the energy and just support our cast of Noah and just bring the bats and just beat them.
That's all you got to do at the end of the day. Van, before we let you go, your head coach, and Justin Jennings, is going to be making his way up the ramp here shortly. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to that's listening in tonight?
Oh, my grandpa and my uncle who came down from Galveston to see me play for the first time in my high school career, and my brother and Seth and my mom and dad and my other grandma and grandpa that were always here.
Got a good delegation behind you, man. Big win tonight for the Hornets. A lot of strikeouts in the books for Van Brady. Van, congrats on the win. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Hand it back over to BJ here as Justin's still trying to take care of some of take care of all the things he's got to take care of before he can walk out of here tonight. And he'll come up and see us here in a few moments as we continue to wrap things up here tonight from Huntsville, Texas. Hornets winning this one 3-1. We're in the Bilfick Ford postgame wrap-up. BJ, obviously now Thursday becomes all the more important now for your Huntsville Hornets. It doesn't get bigger than that. Looking as we were scoreboard watching earlier in the night, Montgomery and Lake Creek were meeting up tonight. They're in the bottom of the 6th right now. Lake Creek still hanging on to a 1-0 lead in that one. Our other game we were keeping an eye on, and it's also got a little bit more weight to it, College Station and Rudder. Rudder has tied it. It is 5-5. They are in the bottom of the 5th, but College Station does have 2 on with nobody out, so that game's not over by any stretch, but we'll be watching that one throughout the night. If Rudder can pull that one off on College Station, that opens the door even further for Huntsville.
Man, makes tonight even bigger, and that coming up Thursday, it is going to be big. But you got Noah Nieto on the mound, and let me tell you, this kid is just no slouch as your Friday night pitcher. He's got a 2.33 ERA, and also he's got a 174 batting average against. And so Nieto knows how to get the job done. Only 10 earned runs all season. These are all season stats, and so only giving up 10 earned runs all season. With 25 strikeouts, and so only 19 hits against him. So, hey, Noah can get out there and deliver a big game too. And you take both of these, and then you go into Montgomery, and you win both of those. You control your own destiny. And so these guys went out there and just took it tonight. I think you're right. That game you were talking about earlier on the broadcast, that game of against Fulshear really got them started and to get them ready for tonight's game. And Coach had them ready for tonight's game. And you could just see it on the defensive plays out there. As much as defensive plays are made, it's also the right positioning, right? It's getting Josh Stanley and Jackson Slater in the right position to make those plays, but knowing those moments are about to happen and the coach is looking over. You can tell tonight, again, these kids are well coached to be put in the right position to make the right plays at big times like this, and you saw it with those 3 double plays.
Well, Justin Jennings is joining us now here in the broadcast booth, as we'll now chat with him. Talk with both of his players of the game tonight, Josh Stanley with the defense and Van Brady on the hill. Coach, let's just start it off here. I mean, you and I talked pregame, and it was going to be paramount that all 3 phases of the game was on it. The hitting came in the late going. Van was on it the whole night, and the defense was stout as ever. Just your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, just a great job by Van. I mean, dude was just awesome tonight. I told the coaches after the bullpen there before the game, I said he was nails in the pen. I mean, everything was right where it was supposed to be. And, I mean, it was just – he looked really, really good in the pen. So we kind of figured that we were going to get a pretty good effort from him. But dude was just awesome tonight.
And then you get into that bottom of the 6th, you're in that pitcher's duel, and then your team goes up there and they get 3 runs, granted in unorthodox ways, getting help from errors from Consolidated, but as well as being able to put the ball in play to make the Tigers have to control what's going to happen. Just what was going on through your head in that 6th?
Well, I mean, we knew that was our shot. You know, we had the top of our order up, and Noah hadn't had really good ABs early on, and so we knew we were going to get something good from him. We knew he was going to do a good job of putting together a good AB for us and for himself. So, we at least going to get that 1 run. You expect that guy to catch that ball. But, I mean, that ball is hit really well. And great job by Stanley because, he gets down to 0-2 early in the count, fouls off a couple pitches, takes a couple pitches, and works it back. And then to be able to hit that ball, with 2 strikes, be able to hit the ball that far is, a great job by him. So, we talked to Titan. We knew what we were trying to do. We knew we were going to tag no matter what, wherever it was at. Unfortunately, it's like I told Colton a while ago, those things hadn't been going for us. And, it's about time that some good stuff starts going for us. And, then we put a couple balls in play and put some pressure on them and, just manufacturing some runs without, doing anything dramatic, But when it comes to pitching duels like that, that's what you got to do, when you're Tuesday and you're seeing number 1s, you got to manufacture some runs. And you may have to manufacture some runs without getting a hit. And, we got a couple that inning, but we were able to get those in, and it was huge for us.
And now you turn over to a quick turnaround 48 hours from now. You'll play on Thursday night in College Station. Their backs against the wall, needing a win to at least keep their postseason hope alive. You getting a win would keep yourself in the conversation as well. But when it comes to your team, just how do they stay locked in to be able to take care of their business Thursday as we go into the final week?
Yeah, that's telling Colton. That's the tough part about coaching is, you want them to understand how important it is, but you don't want to tell them like, hey, this is a must-win situation. So we know we got to win 3 of the 4 to just give ourselves a chance. If we can win all 4, that's great. That puts us in a great position. But we know we got to win 3 of the 4. So to be able to get this one here tonight is huge. Quick turnaround. The good thing I think is in our favor is they're done after this week. Next week is their off week. So, I mean, it really is do or die for them. And we knew we'd get a great effort from them. And we told our kids, what was at stake for them. And we'll go over there Thursday night, and it'll be their senior night. And, I don't know how they'll play it. But, we got to go over there, and we got to get another great effort like we got tonight. And, hopefully we can do that.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
That's going to do it for us here tonight from the Huntsville Baseball Softball Complex. BJ, as we say so long tonight, some just parting thoughts. You unfortunately won't be able to be with me on Thursday, but
duty calls, the job that I have with being at the church. We do have the Thursday night service, but may or may not have it on in my phone next to me as I'm watching the real-time updates.
I thought you were going to be preaching, so I didn't think you were going to have any idea what was going on.
I have to do some stuff in it, and of course be there and be a part of the service. But I may or may not have it kind of on the side, and but it's going to be great. I just want these kids. Let me tell you something. If you get an opportunity to be around some of these kids and some of these people that work with them, we really have some stellar people in the Huntsville Independent School District. Coaches, teachers, kids. Are kids sometimes? Yeah. But you come out here and spend time with them, and you see some of the stuff they love, and you hang out with them, and you're a part of the things that they love. They tend to, want to be around you. They tend to, if they seek wisdom or advice, they tend to seek you out more if you just show them, hey, I'm interested in what you're interested in, and the coaches too. And so Huntsville really is a great place to just be around these kids in the community, and they just become your kids, right? And you just want them to see them get a base hit that they haven't gotten a base hit in a while. You want to see them drive in that run that ends up winning the game for not just for playoff, which we want the playoffs, but just for that kid in that moment to feel like, man, I helped my team and I did something good, and it's just a great place to be.
It absolutely is. And the Hornets have themselves in great position. Big one on Thursday night. I'll have the call for you. I may bring in a guest commentator. I don't know yet.
Go ahead.
We'll work that out as we the next couple of days transpire. But we hope to have you join us in College Station. Hope to see you out there. Pack the A&M Consolidated stands. It was a rowdy crowd here tonight.
Yes,
we're going to need that one on Thursday night as we get ready for a big matchup. 6:45 p.m. Bill Fick Ford, countdown to first pitch. First pitch at 7 o'clock. In Aggieland. Don't miss out. Noah Nieto's on the hill for the Hornets. They're looking to do some damage like they did here tonight against A&M Consolidated. Well, we're going to get out of here, get on home. I've had a long day traveling from Dallas.
And they shortened the game
here
just for you, Carlos.
I know. I was thinking in my head, I was like, that game went in 1 hour and 40. It's like they knew.
They knew. Let's get Carlos home early.
So we will say so long here tonight. Once again, your Hornets win it 3-1 over A&M Consolidated. For our entire broadcast team, Heather Early on the camera tonight, my man BJ McMichael, our executive producer Justin Hardcastle. My name's Carlos Zimmermann, wishing you a great rest of your Tuesday evening. We hope to see you on Thursday in College Station as the Hornets wrap the series with A&M Consolidated. As always, friends, have a pleasant tomorrow, and on the count of 3, my friend, 1, 2, 3, sting 'em Hornets. Good night, God bless, and so long one last time from the gateway to the East Texas, Piney Woods in Huntsville, Texas.